Have you ever noticed something strange? The smartest person in the room is often the quietest. Not because they have nothing to say, but because they've learned something the rest of us haven't. The problem is that silence can become a prison. And by the time many intelligent people finally speak up, it's already too late. Here's why. Imagine you're sitting in a meeting. An idea is being discussed. You instantly notice a flaw that nobody else sees. You know exactly why the plan won't work. Your brain has already predicted the outcome. But instead of speaking, you wait. Maybe someone else will notice. Maybe you're overthinking. Maybe it's not worth interrupting. 5 minutes later, someone else says exactly what you were thinking. Everyone nods. People call them insightful. You stay silent. Again. This happens more often than you think. And it's not because smart people lack confidence. It's because intelligence often comes with something else. Over-analysis. The average person has a thought and says it. A highly analytical person has a thought, questions it, looks at it from 3 different angles, imagines possible objections, searches for missing information, and by the time they're ready, the moment has already passed. Psychologists call this analysis paralysis. The brain mistakes perfect timing for productive thinking. But the world rewards action, not perfect thoughts. Now here's the twist. Silence doesn't just hide your intelligence. Over time, it changes how people see you. Humans make incredibly fast judgments. If someone consistently contributes, people assume they're competent. If someone consistently stays silent,
people often assume they have nothing valuable to add, even when the opposite is true. Think about school. There was probably a student who answered every question. Not always correctly, but confidently. Teachers remembered them. Meanwhile, another student quietly understood everything, but rarely raised a hand. Years later, who do you think people believed was smarter? Perception often beats reality. But there's an even deeper reason intelligent people stay quiet. It's called the illusion of transparency. We naturally believe other people can somehow understand what we're thinking. You assume your expressions, your reactions, your body language already communicate your ideas. They don't. Nobody can read your mind. Your silence tells people only one thing: nothing. Then, something unexpected begins to happen. The more often you stay silent, the harder speaking becomes. Your brain starts creating a story. I'm just a quiet person.
I'll wait for a better opportunity. I'm better at listening. These sound harmless, but they're actually identities. And identities are powerful, because once your brain accepts an identity, it starts protecting it. Now, speaking up doesn't just feel uncomfortable, it feels wrong. You begin editing yourself before anyone else has the chance. You reject your own ideas before the world ever hears them. And this habit quietly spreads into every part of life. You don't negotiate your salary. You don't tell someone how you really feel. You don't share your business idea. You don't defend yourself when someone misunderstands you. Not because you can't, because you've trained yourself not to. Here's something most people never realize. Many opportunities don't go to the smartest person. They go to the person everyone remembers. Think about history. Many groundbreaking ideas weren't accepted because they were the best. They spread because someone had the courage to say them out loud. Knowledge hidden inside your mind changes nothing. Knowledge shared can change everything. But don't misunderstand this. This isn't about talking more.
Some people speak constantly without saying anything meaningful. That's not intelligence. Real intelligence knows when to stay silent, but it also knows when silence becomes expensive. Imagine standing at a train station. Every opportunity in your life is a train. Each one stops for only a moment.
You keep telling yourself, the next one will come. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. And years later, you realize your biggest regrets aren't the words you said. They're the conversations you never had, the questions you never asked, the chances you never took, the ideas you never shared. Because silence feels safe today, but tomorrow it becomes invisible evidence of a life you never fully lived. Here's the irony. The smartest people often spend their lives searching for certainty. But certainty almost never comes before action. It comes after. The people you admire weren't fearless. They simply decided that being misunderstood for a moment was better than misunderstanding themselves for a lifetime. So the next time you catch yourself waiting for the perfect moment, remember this. Your mind will always find one more reason to stay quiet, one more detail to analyze,